Welcome back to Fridays with First. I'm your host, Parker. We're here today at the River Wild Golf Course. We're striving the boys Arlington Invitational. Well, we're supposed to be, but it's currently downpouring, so guess we'll see what the day has in store for us. But we got the whole crew here today, and we're going to be talking about the apocalypse. So, how do you think the apocalypse would start?
Zombies. I think zombies are.
Okay, wait. You think zombies would be the most probable cause or the most cool cause?
I think it'd be the most cool. Honestly, I think AI would be the major
Cause. I was gonna say I think it'd be AI or nuclear.
I think it'd be a definition of both. If you ask me, Paxton, you all right there, buddy? You got snot or something.
I think AI or nuclear. I think that's a good point, Shirley. I think it might be AI drives to nuclear.
Yeah, and then I feel like the radiation that comes from it and all that would cause more. I don't know.
I think sorry. I think another plague could be a possibility, like the Spanish flu or the Black Plague. I feel like after COVID, that kind of just devastated the world, and we were not prepared for that whatsoever.
Okay, but do you think of that as an actual apocalypse? I don't think that.
I could see how a virus would be become an apocalypse type thing, but I don't think I don't know. I see where you're coming from, but I don't know. I could see where you're coming from with a virus taking over. I just wonder how it would spread and who can get it and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like it'd be an apocalypse because remember with COVID, people would go and freak out, they would buy stock up on toilet paper. We had no toilet paper whatsoever, and it was just, I don't know. I feel like if we had a more devastating plague that spread pretty quick, killed people, it'd just put people in their homes, and I don't know. I feel like the government might shut down or something like that.
I also think that it would natural it could legitimately be a whole if the weather ever got so out of control, you know what I mean? If it was tsunamis on each coast and we had tornadoes everywhere,
Well, I've heard people say that with the heat rising, if it is global warming, if you believe in it and blah blah blah, it's not that we should worry about global warming. We should worry about if it ever gets cold, because stuff can't grow when it's cold, but stuff can still grow when it's hot.
I didn't even think about that.
So I don't know. You got to think about that way. If it ever gets colder and things can't grow, that's when you're kind of uh-oh.
Well, they were talking about every decade it's going to get 2 degrees warmer every summer here in America. Or they're talking about the ocean the other day. I was watching a news, National Geographic I don't know. They were talking about
National Geographic.
I'm like an old dude. I sit there and watch that. They were talking about the ocean levels. They were saying that there's going to be no icebergs no icebergs in Antarctica in the next 45 years to 50, something like that.
Okay, but you know how hot it would have to get?
Exactly. So
if you said what, 2 degrees a decade? Okay, how does that even make sense? That's 45 years would be 8 and 9 degrees. 9 degrees.
And I don't when I think of apocalypse, I don't think of zombies, alien invasion. I really think about kind of running out of supplies or no water. I know that we're going towards that now. They say 50 years left in the aquifer too, and I think that scare would honestly get to people.
Yeah,
so
but now there's people trying to work on how to make the ocean suitable to drink, which I think they have. There's ways of doing.
It's not.
There's ways
It's
to
water.
do it, but
I don't.
I think like we kind of talked about this a while ago, but like with problems come
Solution.
innovation.
Yeah,
Like
that too.
if the aquifer did run out, then that's when they're gonna turn into being able to drink the water that I don't get why it's not drinkable in the first place. But
I just don't see zombies being a. I just don't see that being a realistic issue right
No.
now.
No.
okay, so here we'll go down this list and let's talk about how you would
You gotta say it like that.
how you would survive each of them. So how would you guys survive zombies?
No, you're wrong. It's zombies.
How would you survive zombies?
My ears.
I don't know. I think you'd have to like get underground. Well, I don't know.
Literally
Okay.
go around the day.
Yeah, but like
Get
a
underground.
doomsday shelter or something, or like get in the air somehow. I don't know. I mean, zombies don't seem too realistic. Like we were saying, I mean, there's other things that would be much more probable, I believe.
I don't know.
I feel like the whole list that we're going down, the only solution would really just get away from everything. And underground
We're
is
trying that right
Pretty
now.
much.
Yeah,
We're
no.
doing that right now.
going to
Or
places
hi-
where there's not a lot of people, because if you have zombies, like I don't know, like all these shows are TV shows and movies like portray it like they're gonna eat you, and they're always in influx numbers and whatnot. So you'd want to stay away from cities and towns and stuff.
Oh, not be like the TV show and go into a city
Yeah, you
and
don't wanna
fight
do
the
that.
thousands of
people
zombies.
or the people that are still alive. I just don't understand that.
Okay, I bet start the next one. Alien invasion. I think of what's that movie
Okay,
called?
wait, hold up.
With
I got one I
Will-
want to say about zombies.
Do not go back to iRobot.
No. Independence Day.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's an alien invasion
It's
technically, or they discover an alien.
Only watch the first one.
There's
Okay,
no,
well now you got to give us the
whatever.
rundown. Oh my god.
It's raining.
Thank you. It's almost like that's what happens when water comes down from the sky, Paxton.
So I don't know. The American government discovered what, like an alien spaceship, and then they tried to like run tests on the alien, I believe, and then it got all mad and started taking.
Well, the rest of the aliens
Oh.
came back.
They came back at that what an outside source is saying right now, and they fought the U.S. but that or I think it was
Paxton, you don't even know the movie.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
fine.
I was gonna say.
Fine. No. World of Wars with Tom Hanks.
War of the Worlds.
Yes, that one.
You
That one
literally have
right
no
there.
idea what you're
Hey, that
talking
movie.
about.
Hey, that movie came out in 2005. I know that much. But same thing. Aliens like come up out of the ground. I guess they've been in the ground for like 2,000 years or something like that, and they come back to life and start taking over the world. I mean, I don't want to sound like a nerd and be like, I can see that happening. I could get behind. Like I could see it happening, but I think you're more realistic. Nature.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay, but with the alien invasion, is that the kind of thing where you think you go for like weapons and try to fight them off, or do you
Ooh.
think that the aliens are just gonna be like impenetrable?
Probably like
I'm gonna go with the second option.
the second option.
So what? You just hunker down, and if you die, you die.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's kind of
Fair
how
enough.
it goes.
or they take you and. Yep.
You're an alien.
You like ascend into.
We got golfers
Tone it
over here.
Okay. Next, natural.
No. Oh, natural. Oh, I thought it was nature. I don't know. I guess we kind of touched on that about a few minutes ago. Kind of the heat.
Yeah,
but
how,
running
are you
out of
gonna sur-
water.
how do you plan to
I don't know.
survive it?
Well, like we.
We have to find another planet that's sustainable.
Oh, like interstellar.
Interstellar, yep. And we all need to get on this little ship, boy, and ship
Fly.
ourselves
Well, they think
100 years.
they think they found water on the moon because like in the I don't know,
I
on the
see.
bottom side where it's always dark, they think it's cold enough to have
Yeah,
water,
it's
so
just
now they're
frozen
sending.
under the surface.
Okay, but then it's like, how would you get people up there to live? You know what I mean? Like,
Call the moon boys.
yeah, I don't see us living on another planet. Like,
No.
Well, I think at some point we'd have to.
well,
I
we're
mean,
destroying the one we're on now.
exactly.
So we're gonna have
So
to
at
go
some
somewhere.
point we're
I think
gonna
it's
have
a
to.
viable option, but definitely not in our solar system. I don't think there's a viable place
Mars-
to live.
Mars.
Mars is definitely viable if you
Mhm.
have. I mean,
How do
A
you
high
s-
heat tolerance.
certain necessities. Yeah, and you have little breathing suits. I think
How are
you'd
you
be.
creating oxygen there, though? That's my question. How
breathe.
are you? Well,
I don't think that's
Oh
how
my
that
God.
works.
We have
Are you-
oxygen plants that they have set up there. That
They
provides.
bring it from Earth.
they have 4-inch duct.
they got
Coming-
PVC. They got PVC pipe running from Earth to Mars. All right. So our next thing would be AI. So this would be more like iRobot.
You skipped nuclear.
Oh, did
Are
I?
we
Yeah,
really
nuclear.
going down this entire list?
Yes.
Nuclear warfare. How would you survive it? Would you loot? Would you stay close to civilization? What would you do?
Get blown up.
Dude.
I'd go underground. Underground's the only place that you can
is
go.
always the viable option.
In the dirt.
Have you guys ever seen? I think it's called The 100 on
Ooh.
Netflix. The show.
Yes.
That's like what I think we'd have to do if it was nuclear. Like if we knew that nuclear war was getting to the point where it was bad enough.
It's go
you
up
either-
in space.
Yeah, your two options are either go super far into the ground or super high into space. And I think that we would honestly have a little bit of both. We'd have people with their bunkers, and we'd have people that go down into the bunker, and then we'd have the people that go up way into space. And I think that's literally the only way that you're going to survive that.
That show was really good till like season 3, and then it was just like, eh.
Yeah, well, and then they came back down, and it was just kind of like, eh.
You want to walk around and make a real right between.
Josh, we have a wonderful golfer here making a guest
so you
experience.
can get on our guest
Josh, come say hi to Fridays with First.
right before you go tee off.
Josh, how's golf going today?
It's going pretty good. 2 over through 4.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Are you going to win today?
Oh, probably not.
Well, hey, that's not
That's
the
not
attitude
the
to have.
attitude.
No, the attitude is to do something decent.
Hey,
Okay.
that's better.
Nice.
Well, you have a great rest of your day, Josh. Good luck.
You only got about 5 hours left.
Okay, now I forgot what we were saying. Oh, the 100. What were you saying, Shirley? It got good till season 3, and then
And then it was just like, nah, this ain't it. It was just like, it totally changed the purpose of the whole show, if you ask me.
yeah. Well, then it just became almost like
It was just kind of like, what's the show with the zombies that we, The
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead. It's just like,
Mm,
they're just fighting each other at that point. It's not even about the actual apocalypse.
I don't know if we should get into the AI one. We all
we
know
talk
where
about
that's
that
gonna
on
go.
every other
Yeah.
podcast.
What about another plague? Are we talking like Black Plague, like super, like millions of people? I guess COVID was. Would you say that was kind of like a plague? Yeah, I mean.
Kind of, but I
Somewhat,
think
yeah.
when I think of like an apocalypse plague, like it's the kind that like
Wipes everything
when you
out.
get it, it's
like
like
you see,
You're pretty much done, you
you're
know?
like you go past the hospital and you got like all the bodies in the parking lot covered.
yeah, no, like legitimately, and like I think the only way to survive that is hazmat suits
Mhm.
and go get your stuff and then
Hand
hunker down in a
sanitizer.
bunker too.
Yep, yep.
Have you ever seen The Last Man on Earth on Hulu?
Yeah, when they're like,
It's a little comedy show. It's literally a plague that wipes out everyone except for so many people because they're immune to it. And
Yeah.
like, there are some people who stay on boats. Like,
did you watch that whole
no,
series?
I
through?
couldn't get through
Okay,
it.
because I never understood why it was just him and then like a couple other people.
They were immune to the plague.
Mm,
So I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. I feel like if we do have a plague, it's really staying away from people. It's
that
the same
or,
as everything else.
or do you feel like it would be like more towards like elderly ages, so like 60 through 80? You know what I mean? I don't know if it would really affect the
I
younger
think-
generations.
I feel like it all depends on what kind of like
I was gonna say,
virus
and I think
or-
like for COVID, they said it was high risk and older people, but like if you think about it, literally anybody could catch it. Like there's not just gonna be
I
like we
think-
might be less likely to, but like if in this case we'll say it's literally if you come in with contact with so much of the virus, you're just gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then it's like that's not only surviving to survive, it's surviving to find a cure. You know what I mean? Like if you can't find a cure, then what's the point of having kids? What's the point of trying to repopulate the earth if you can't even?
Or I was curious with plague. I know our technology is way different than 1800s plague, but to think that those dudes are walking around just leather jacket, leather pants and shoes, and then their mask with all the herbs in it. But like to think that they were going around exposing themselves to that plague like every day, and they seem to make it out all right. Should we be really trying to have all this fancy technology with all of our masks and stuff, or should we really just try to live our lives out, and not really worry about another COVID or another plague? Should I don't. Now that I read this, should we even worry about an apocalypse? You know what I mean?
Well, that's another question down here. Do you think there will be an apocalypse, and if so, are you prepared for it?
I think there will eventually be another like virus, kind of like COVID, but like 10
On a-
times worse.
yeah.
It just knocks a lot more people out.
Well-
It's I don't know. I feel like it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when.
And we
I don't
kinda-
think
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
you-
see it in our lifetime though.
I mean, you look back at it, it's like every 100 years there's like a big virus. So I feel like if it goes down that same path, I mean, it could get worse and worse. Where eventually it is something like a
It
like
wipes
a
a
plague
lot
where
of
it can
people out.
take a lot of people out.
Well,
yeah.
and like we kind of talked about it earlier, like the nuclear AI / technological, like literally all wars. Like if there is ever a World War III, everybody knows it's going to be cyber attacks and nuclear, and to a certain extent, that's going to be an apocalypse. Like there's going to be nukes on nukes on nukes. You're going to wipe out.
So
Yeah.
many people and
I'm gonna overpower you, and then you're gonna overpower me. Oh.
back
We
and
blew
forth,
each other
back
up
and
so
forth.
bad that there's nothing left.
Oh, the Earth's
okay.
done.
Well, and I feel like there could be an unexpected apocalypse, like what happens if there's a meteor that hits Earth that we think that's going around Earth rather than, or gets knocked off course from.
Oh, so that would be like natural disaster.
Yeah, that would be natural. Like,
Well, I heard when let's say a big meteor hit, the
He's agreeing with us.
that meteor hit, you got earthquakes, tsunamis, and like it would like spin your climate
Well-
out of control too. I
well,
heard.
if it's big enough, then the whole Earth goes up in flames. Like, there's
Isn't that
no.
crazy?
Yeah, it all
there's
depends on
no-
how big the.
Yeah, literally, or where it hits.
The dinosaurs couldn't stop it, so what makes us any different?
Well, we have nukes now.
We have
Yeah,
I know, we have a
we're
lot of
technology.
different things than the dinosaurs.
we have
Dinos.
arms.
Dinos were just there, bro.
We're a little better than T-Rex.
I think honestly, now that you said that, I think a meteor is probably going to be the most like you can't, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You know what I mean? Like I mean, maybe you, like we said earlier, like with problems come innovation.
Blow it
Yeah.
up.
I think they try to steer some off path, right? Is that what they try to do?
I think so, because for some reason I thought there was.
I
but,
thought
like,
we had a big one that was supposed to hit. Or- Mm,
So like, but that's when they're like, oh, the meteor's gonna hit, and that's when the apocalypse hasn't even
The
started, but it
scare.
is because
Yeah.
everyone's running to go get bottled water, running to go get like toilet paper.
Well, that's like, have you
weren't
have you guys watched Don't Look
winds
Up
a little
on
chilly now.
Netflix? Don't Look Up. It's so
Oh, that one.
it's a meteor that's coming to Earth, and like the U.S. government is trying to tell people not to look up because they're trying to, like, I don't know, like the president lady wants to stay in office or whatever, and so
Oh.
they have this group of people that won't look up, and then a group of scientists that are trying to like knock the meteor off course or blow it up so it's in tinier pieces.
Oh.
But like the whole mission fails, and the meteor ends up hitting Earth, and everyone dies.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Oh.
What an ending.
it was
is-
pretty cut.
That I don't. Now that we like, I mentioned that to Josh, the Interstellar, with what's his name? I can't think. Matthew McConaughey. When they go and find these other planets, and none seem to be suitable for life. One either is too cold, the other one has too much water, or all water. One's too hot. What's the last one? It's like the time slows by like. I don't even know.
How does that? What do
Or
you mean
it
the
speeds
time
up.
slows?
When he gets what am I looking for? What am I looking for?
What happens is
I know it speeds
time
up.
is relative
Yeah, there we
to the
go.
location. So what happened was
It
when they
slows
went
down or speeds
when
up.
They went down to the planet, and it was a water planet. Like an hour. On
What's
that
40
planet
years?
Was like so many years on the
Earth.
on the space station.
Yeah.
Like on their space station. So it was a little.
Dang.
That's trippy.
Well, the whole movie was because obviously you end with a planet that is like donut shaped that they're living on.
Yep.
And
Uh,
it's just it's a multi-dimensional
but-
other galaxy type question through what goes on through a black hole.
When
what
you-
goes on when you go through get sucked through the black hole.
When you watch it though, and you see that it's nothing but dirt and corn, and it's hot out, you look at Nebraska. or you look at the Midwest and you go, "Oh my God, we're about to be like the movie Interstellar. This is bad." Like, I.
Their combines are auto. I mean, they don't even have
That's what.
tabs in it.
That's what scares. Like, that's what worried me. Like when I first seen it, I'm like driving around in the middle of summer. I'm like, "Oh my God, tractors are automated, dust clouds. It's all corn around me." Like I was like, I am living in Interstellar right now. We need to find a new planet.
Well, that's the craziest thing too. Is like there could be an apocalypse and you may not know it. Like that you
Might
see
be
like
one
The
right
Walking
now.
Dead, and we're golfing. They're golfing, but like you see like The Walking Dead where the dude just wakes up and then everyone's dead. And like how?
His name is Rick. Okay, he's not just a dude. Parker.
Okay, thank you. I was just for
It's Rick
reference.
Grimes. So you know for your information.
Whether you can hear me at all. Hopefully, you guys can hear me on a little bit there. I'll take one for
He gets shot.
Um,
He goes into a coma.
the one that gets me is and not to freak anybody out, but the idea of if anybody remembers how I Am Legend actually starts.
No.
No, I Am Legend. They have a cure for cancer, and everybody takes the cure for cancer, and without whether they had proper testing or didn't understand the side effects, it led to that. I'm gonna say vaccine or that, because obviously this is going on YouTube. We don't need any overlord to come after us. But the movie says they had a cure for something. I believe it was cancer, and it turned bad.
Uh-oh.
And it was Will Smith's character.
COVID vaccine.
See, now we're pulled off YouTube. There we are. Another strike. But the idea was it led to people not being
It's
able
not
to
thunder.
survive. You know,
Oh, it's
in
the
I Am
wind.
Legend, they could go out at night, they couldn't see sunlight, and obviously the whole movie is all about hope. And Will Smith's character trying to generate a vaccine, generate something to cure
The cure.
the cure of it. So you see butterflies and Bob Marley and different things talking about like bringing things back, there is hope, there's life.
I Am Legend.
It's a good movie, great movie. Robert Neville.
Robert Neville. Huh. I don't know. Is there any other apocalypse movies out there that we're missing?
There's a new one. It's called Leave the World Behind on Netflix. It
Oh,
was okay. It was really weird. It started off with this family going on vacation and no one knew what was going on. And so like the government tried to say that Korea was like messing with their satellites and like shut down all the radar and internet and stuff like that. And so ships started like going into the banks all over America. You've seen that?
I know I've seen the trailer. 'Cause
And then
I
planes started flying into the banks too, and like would like hit cities and stuff. And so it was the government trying to like overpopulation. They were trying to kill people off, and so they were like the U.S. government was nuking their own cities, and that goes into like with Parker saying like we wouldn't even know if an apocalypse was starting. Like we could be on this golf course and something was going on outside of this.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, how are we supposed to know? It's yeah, I guess TikTok, but like, what if
Until that's banned, and then we'll find it on Snapchat or something.
Instagram Reels.
what if all our internet was down, or all our systems were
Oh.
down? How would we see any of that? We would not know.
you wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, like
We would be in the
everything was
blue.
out.
Yes, like
oh,
your
okay.
internet, your radar, your
Everything.
all your systems.
There's
everything.
no way of passing
Yeah,
information.
literally, you
so
would just be on your own.
You wouldn't know until it's there.
Yeah,
Or
so that's kind of scary too, because that could be a reality, like
fair.
EMPs shutting down the satellites and stuff like that. I don't know.
So like the government, I mean, just to make sure I heard you right, the government was just afraid of overpopulation and legitimately. What the heck?
And so like they tried to say that it was Korea and Russia and China and all these people like cyber attacking the U.S. So I don't know.
See, that's scary.
that's crazy.
Like because of censorship and stuff,
Wild.
there could be something trying to happen, and we just
Don't see it or don't know about it.
or
Huh.
we do, and it's right in front of our eyes, and we just ignore it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how the apocalypse, like, ignorance is, and not ignorance. What's the word I'm looking for? Not like, not being aware, whatever.
Being
Oblivious.
Look
Thank
at
you.
that.
Keaton.
Look at that.
oblivious to what happened, like, and that's what's gonna happen. Like the zombie apocalypse, zombie apocalypse.
Why?
Tone it down.
Then they like,
You're in a grumpy mood today.
My ears are bleeding.
and they were like we just
Zombie.
wouldn't even notice. Like they'd be like, oh, people are like not dying, people are turning green, but like, where does that?
People are turning green.
We're not Frankenstein.
I don't know.
Huh.
Do you have a set place that you guys would choose to go to?
Oh,
We gotta be quiet because there are people coughing right there.
I think Midwest.
Midwest
The
all
Fremont
day.
Lakes.
Try me. You got a one-way date? Nope.
You can
Get
come with me,
censored
Paxton.
right now.
Got some land up by Niobrara. I would
Mm.
go straight there. There's no one around there.
verdigris.
Yeah.
Okay, that wouldn't be that bad. Honestly, thinking about it, you got everything. You got animals. You got water.
Well, that's
You
why,
got-
like in the movies they go
I don't
to
know if you got any plants up there.
they go to like wild, like out in like the middle of nowhere because it's like farm, the lake, the water.
And then it would get ruined by stinky green people that eat brains. Okay, if I had anywhere to go. Okay.
Well, no. Another reason for going up there, Niobrara has a dam. Like, do you know how sustainable that would be? You'd have.
What if the water is
Power.
radioactive, Caden?
Well, I thought we were talking about zombies.
They made it radioactive though.
So I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
Oh.
Cool. I think if you have to go there for an apocalypse, I wouldn't classify it as cool.
It's gnarly.
So you guys are saying like wildlife of some
Mm.
sort.
I don't know.
Walmart.
I'm looking more towards like I think we were talking underground, so we are gonna breach off it and see if I can run the tunnels in Omaha. I gotta have something down there, you know.
Something like just underground. Yeah, I think that's the most reasonable. Like in the 100s, it's no, we as normal people, at least as far as I know, none of us are building spaceships.
Fallout Vault 33. Run it up.
Never played that
We're
game.
gonna build one in my backyard.
underneath the barn.
Okay, that'd be kind of dope. Not
I'm
gonna lie.
down.
But Dad walks out there. Why are you digging a big hole
Mind
underneath
your
the barn?
business.
Don't worry
Leave me
about it.
alone.
Don't worry about it.
The end is coming. The end is coming.
Don't
All
worry
right,
about it.
Josh. This.
Shirley, we need to hear from you. What do you want to do? What are you gonna do?
He's gonna pout. He's pouting right now.
I literally said I was gonna go underneath. I said that's the only reasonable option there is. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
if there's zombies, I ain't gonna mess around
Where
up
you-
top,
Above ground.
above ground, taking my risk when I know I'll be safe underground.
But like where underground?
What do you mean?
Like where? Like what?
You just gotta
Like
like
area.
Minecraft 3 holes deep.
Yeah.
Put a dirt block.
Well,
underneath.
okay, like we were talking about, if you know something's coming, like, and you're gonna prepare for it, the first thing I'd probably do is just dig under.
Just the
Then how
hole?
is like what are you doing for food? Like you can't grow food under there. There's not sunlight.
Worms.
Well, there's definitely lights that you can.
There.
If you prepare well enough, you can grow food underneath. They have UV lights that grow food and stuff.
How are you?
Hydroponics.
But you just said if you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I said if you do know it's coming,
If you don't have electricity, then how are you powering them UV lights?
solar powers.
Solar powers. What if the zombies are all laying on top of your solar panels that are above ground?
Well, then I'm done.
If the solar.
That's why you always have to keep some sort of way out if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh sure.
You were crying, dog. There's snot coming out of your nose.
What if they're laying on your solar?
Stop it.
Oh.
All right. Yep. I think it's a good stopping point. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday's First. We'll see you on next Friday.